Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Sweet Paddy from across the shuck, and you're very welcome to the channel. And you've seen by the title, it's three for Thursday, and today's three, we're going to talk about fifth blade pocket knives. And unlike a lot of people like to put as big a knife as they can in the fifth pocket, and I'm the opposite. I like to put as small a knife as I can, just simply because I don't like the feel of having that. Like, this is one of my little favorite small knives. Um, This is the Twisted Assisted Tulip in 14C28N. Absolutely fantastic little knife. You can get right up on it. It's only just over an inch of a blade, but it works fantastic. I leave it at the side of my desk, and it's probably one of my most used knives. It is well and truly in open packages, everything about my desk. Love it. But when I put something that's as fat as this, now this is not fat, but in comparison to a lot, it's quite fat. It's brass scales, it's quite heavy. When I put this into my fifth pocket, I actually feel it being there. And when I'm trying to get into my pocket, I feel this inside that pocket, and I don't like the feeling. Isn't that weird? Well, I am weird. But so I tend to choose fifth pocket knives that are small, as small as I can get them. They just slip in there. I don't have to worry about them being there. But if somebody asks me for a knife, I've got something to give them. Because when people are asking you for a knife on everyday life, if you're around somebody's house or do with that, it's just usually to cut a wee bit of string or a bit of tape off it or open a package. And the little small knives that I've chose here are perfect for that. But if they wanted to be used for extended use for light tasks, they're perfect. I just love them because a lot of the little fixed blades that I'm going to show, well, all of these have got at least two blades. One of them's got three. So I'm going to start with the obvious one, and that is the case peanut. And saying obvious is doing this a disservice. This little knife is absolutely fantastic. And most of the peanuts that you get from Case, they're really well made. Because a lot of collectors especially go for this because it's an easy way to build up a good collection of knives. And they're absolutely fantastic. They really are. The little pen blade is a good size. Snap on it is lovely. No half stops on these. Lovely little clip point blade that can get in most anywhere. There is a half stop on that. I told a complete lie. Yeah, there is a half stop. Now, it doesn't sound great like a half stop, but there is. I don't think the wee one has it? Would you believe that all this time I never even knew? I just opened that knife up. There you go. That's how well informed I am. The Case peanut, this is in that harvest colour. Really beautiful oranges and sort of yellows. Really nice. Lovely jigging on the bone. This is one that I'll carry quite often in my little fifth pocket. I love it. So we'll put that there because that's a common one that most people will have. What I've done, I've tried to pick a couple of obscure ones just for the video. And here's another one. This is an Uncle Henry. This is an older model of the Uncle Henry. It's got this old stag along, which I think looks brilliant. But again, the fit and finish on this little knife, and I think this really looks like bone stag. It's really, really good. Or like real stag, I should say. It's well done. Really nice knife. Now, this is a Stockman. This is a mini Stockman. Now, this knife has had some. I bought this second hand. In fact, I only bought all of these second hand. This was well used and sharpened by a great novice. But now I put an edge on it now. It's absolutely fine. Works great. This is just a cam tang. There's no half stop on these. This one hasn't been used as much. And then the little pen blade. Super little blade. This was used quite a bit compared to that sheepsfoot. The sheepsfoot's the best blade on there, but they all cut, and I don't mind giving this out to somebody. I didn't pay a whole lot of money for it. I paid a few quid, but not a whole lot. And again, it goes into the pocket. This is exactly the same size. These are all the same size. And I have different size of small knives as well, but I've kept these all in that peanut range. And my favourite, and it's by far my favourite, was a find I got from out of the blue, and it was this one. It's a little Boker peanut. Beautiful Delrin jigged handle on this. Absolutely stunning. Really well made again. This has just got the single blade or the single spring, but it's got two blades on it. So you'll see the difference in this. It is even thinner than the peanut, and it's got two blades exactly the same. So I love this. And this is a made in the USA one, which makes it even more exciting for me. You get this beautiful clip point with a swedge and the long nail pull. I love it. You'll see on there, and you might see on there if I can hold that. There we go. You'll see in there, Boker USA. Lovely, lovely clip point. It's been used, but there's plenty of meat still left on the bone. And then you get this lovely little pen blade. Dinky little pen blade. So thin. These will do. They're absolutely beautiful. And these are in, I think these are carbon steel. I'm sure they're carbon. I'm not sure if it says it on it. And you have on the back of it, you have the Boker tree, and it says 82, 88. And I don't know whether that's a year there. 82, 88. You see at the bottom there. Can you see it? There we go. But this is lovely, this retention in this. And I would say, this must be 30, 40-year-old. Made in the USA. You got the tree brand and the lovely old tree. But a gorgeous little knife. And again, this is so light, you literally wouldn't feel these in your pocket. But this single back spring one is just super. You do not feel it at all. In fact, this is nearly gone in the wash. I don't know how many times because I just throw it in there. And in my fifth pocket, I also carry a little bit of paracord, which is set up with a Canadian jam nut on it to use as a pressure. What's the word I'm thinking of? That medical word that I'm thinking of. If you cut yourself, you just put it around it and pull it tight. Gone. But this is my favourite by far, so far. And I'm going to keep saying that with all knives because a lot of times say, oh, this is one of my favourites. But they're only my favourites so far because as you go on, you keep getting more and more favourites, and that's nice. But this is, as a small knife in my collection, is the favourite so far. I'm just thinking that is a little bit smaller than the peanut. So perfect for that fifth pocket. Will do any of the jobs that anybody's really going to ask you. It'll open boxes. And when I'm using these wee knives to open boxes, I tend to use the pen blade. The little small pen blade, because you're not going to put as much torque in it as you would do the bigger blade. So if it's a little bit harder work, strange as it may seem, I tend to use the small pen blade, and the bigger blade I leave for the finer tasks. Anybody else the same? Let me know. But there's three knives, all three different. Thank you for all those who are taking part. Really do appreciate. Love seeing people's knives. And it's three knives with any sort of connection to each other. Doesn't matter. If you just want to show three knives, show three knives. I'm enjoying seeing the variety of knives. And I'm just going to keep this series going because I've got lots of little knives on all sorts of knives that I can put into some sort of order for the 3 for Thursday. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series. Let me know down below as always. And take care. And I'll see you next week for 3 for Thursday. Bye now.